Hi and welcome to my channel, All That Fluff and Stuff. Today I'm sharing with you my meatloaf recipe. Here are the ingredients that we're going to be using for our meatloaf tonight. Some carrot, some fresh garlic, some mozzarella, this diced tomatoes. I'm going to make a sauce to sit in it and then thicken the sauce for a gravy to go over on top of the meatloaf. Parmesan in the meatloaf, some breadcrumbs that I've seasoned, parsley flakes, the egg to hold it all together. I'm going to grate this half a zucchini. I'm going to finally chop up these baby capsicums, sweet capsicums, the egg, the shallot. The meat I will be using in this meatloaf is a half a kilo of pork mince and a half a kilo of beef mince. And I will combine it. First, we're going to start by soaking the breadcrumb mix in milk until it becomes thick and mushy. Adding milk to your seasoned breadcrumbs, it adds moisture to your meatloaf. If you added the crumbs dry, it will draw the moisture out of your meatloaf, making it drier. This is a meatloaf recipe for people who love their meatloaf oozing with flavour, moist and tender, but won't crumble when sliced. It's so much more than a hunk of minced meat in a loaf shape. It's economical, it's quick to prepare, and it is a classic family favourite. Any leftovers make terrific sandwiches. It is very important not to overmix or compress the meatloaf as it will become tough. Here I am just combining everything together. Here I'm showing you that the meatloaf is nearly as big as the baking dish, the ceramic dish that I wanted to cook it in. And you'll see a little bit later on that I put it onto a cookie sheet with some parchment paper. Now I do this because I do not want the meatloaf to cook in its own juices. I don't want it to be soggy. I also was going to make a tomato and onion sauce around and place it around the meatloaf, but I decided against doing that. Made a crevicey type situation in the top of the meatloaf, chip mozzarella. I just thought it would be an extra added touch to this meatloaf. Not that there needs to be any more because it's quite decadent already. We'll give it a go and see how it goes. So just reshaping it back again. Kilo of pork mince and a half a kilo of beef mince. Rightio, it's at this point that I have decided that I don't want to cook it in that ceramic dish, but I now want to cook it on this cookie sheet lined with parchment paper. I decided to go against tipping the diced tomatoes into the meatloaf. I thought that it might make the meatloaf too soggy. I'm going to share with you how I'm going to make a sauce. In this pan here I've just got some ghee, and to that I'm just going to add some onions. I'm going to saute them up along with some mushrooms. And I'm making mashed potatoes. Is the meatloaf after it's been in the oven for around 1 hour and 15 minutes. Now you want to let this set up on the bench for about 10 minutes before you cut into it. Had a couple of little cheese explosions, but nothing major. It smells delicious. Yum. Tomato and onion and mushroom sauce turned out pretty good. I'll just drizzle that over the top of the meatloaf. And here are my fluffy mashed potatoes. Now I mashed these with real butter, sour cream and full cream milk. And here is the yummy meatloaf. I cannot think of a better way to serve meatloaf than on a pile of creamy mashed potato. Though, for a lower carb version, try the cauliflower mash. It would be fantastic as well. A huge spoonful of my mushroom, tomato and onion sauce, alongside some steamed green beans, and you have yourself an epic plate of home cooked comfort food.